Imagine that you've been grinding in the gym for months, maybe even years, and have been listening to the fitness YouTubers who tell you that you can build muscle while also losing fat at the exact same time. Listen, here's the harsh truth. The reason that you may not be seeing the gains that you want is because you're doing everything wrong. Forget about the endless cutting and trying to stay lean year-round, because if you want real results, you need to bulk. You need to go on a bulking season. And now it's time that we talk about why you're only one bulking season away from reaching your dream physique. But first, don't skip, because I'm actually just gonna take 30 seconds to describe something that actually has to do with this video. I'm just gonna take 30 seconds to tell you about my full bodybuilding guide that I have linked down below in the top of the description. It has everything you need, including some of the best workouts, the best exercises, the best nutrition for bulking and for cutting, and even some of the best templates that you can use to build your own splits for yourself. Now, once I gain your trust, that'll be in the first link at the top of the description for you to check out for yourself. First off, let's address a major controversy in the world of fitness today, and that is body recomposition. Yeah, it sounds great. You can build muscle while also losing fat at the exact same time. But here's the thing. If you're not a beginner or genetically blessed, it won't work as efficiently as you really think it will. That lean, shredded physique that you're after, it won't get there by just eating the same amount of calories that you burn per day, trying to burn fat while building muscle at the exact same time, and hoping for the best. Instead, let's discuss some of the best nutrition strategies that you need to follow. First of all, it's very important to mention that bulking requires energy. You need to be eating in a calorie surplus. Bulking allows you to prioritize muscle growth. And once you've packed on that size, then you can move towards a cutting season where you can cut down the body fat to actually reveal all those muscles that you built. And this strategy for bodybuilding is just simply called bulking and cutting cycles. And almost every one of the best bodybuilders in the world perform these bulking and cutting cycles to actually see the most bodybuilding success. So let's break it down. How do you bulk properly? The key to bulking is, like I said, a calorie surplus, eating more calories than your body burns per day. And it's not just about stuffing your face full of junk food. You need to focus on healthy foods that are the base ingredient. And what I mean by that is basically choosing healthy foods where the only ingredient within that food is the food itself. So take steak and potatoes or broccoli, for example. The only ingredient within those foods is the steak, potatoes, and broccoli themselves. So those are the types of foods you need to stick with. Now, from all the list of all the base ingredients, which I'll put on screen for a moment, now from that list of all those base ingredient healthy foods, we now need to focus on macros. First, protein. Now, protein is the building block of muscle. Protein is essential for repairing your muscles after those heavy lifting sessions. Think of chicken, beef, fish, eggs. Basically, keep it clean with those base ingredients like I mentioned. And in the fitness world today, there's a lot of confusion behind how much protein you need to be consuming per day. Some people say that you need 0.5 grams per pound of body weight, or 0.8 grams per pound of body weight, or 1 gram per pound of body weight. And in general, there's too much confusion. So I say just stick between 120 to 200 grams of protein per day. This range of protein will be enough protein for most people. The large range will also help you to be consistent and keep a sustainable diet. The next macro that we're going to discuss is carbs. Now, carbs are really important because, for one, they fuel your body during workouts, but also they fuel your body so that your body can carry the actual protein and the amino acids to your muscles. The protein doesn't just magically go to your muscles, they have to be carried to your muscles. And that is what carbs are for. In general, this means choosing rice, potatoes, fruits, vegetables, honey, basically healthy carbs like that. Again, the main idea is to stick with base ingredients. And don't forget about fats either. Fats are really important because they help regulate your hormones, like your testosterone, which is very important and crucial for building muscle. So be sure to include a moderate amount of fats into your diet as well. Now, along with nutrition, you also need to be training to failure in the gym on every single working set that you do. More specifically, this is called progressive overload. This is ultimately, along with nutrition, the secret for building muscle. And always training to failure, and oftentimes training past failure by using drop sets and half reps as well, will ultimately lead to you getting the most amount of gains possible. Whether it's more weight, more reps, more sets, progressive overload is what forces your muscles to adapt, grow, and get stronger. So stay consistent and the gains will come. Once you start training really hard in the gym and your muscles are getting really sore, it's now very important to make sure that you're getting the proper amount of rest and recovery. That basically means sleeping 7 to 9 hours every night, and also making sure that you're allowing 48 hours in between training each muscle group. For example, if you do a push day on Monday, don't hit your chest or your shoulders until Thursday. That allows that 48 hours in between training those push day muscles. That is basically the general strategy for bodybuilding when it comes to rest and recovery. And remember, recovery isn't optional. It's essential. And to go ahead and wrap up this video, we're going to discuss something very, very important, equally as important as the rest of the stuff I've talked about in this video, and that is getting the right mindset. And I get it, bulking can really mess with your head. You'll put on some fat and your abs might disappear for a while, but that's ultimately all part of the process. The goal is to build muscle, not to stay shredded 24/7. That's why you do those bulking and cutting cycles. Think of bulking more as a long-term investment. You're laying the foundation now, building up all that muscle, so that when you cut, you can actually reveal all that muscle that you built while bulking. And trust me, when you see the results, you'll realize that it was 100% worth it. And that's coming from experience. Personally, for me, I went from 182 pounds after a cutting season all the way to 225 pounds at the end of one of my bulks. Once I cut down, I realized just how much muscle I put on during that bulking season. And trust me, the difference was night and day. It will be worth it. Just stick to it, stay consistent, and make sure that you're not giving up on the bulk, because the bulk is where the magic really happens. Look, you are just one solid bulking season away from building your dream body. Again, it's not about aimlessly gaining weight. It's about calculated nutrition, intense training, proper recovery, and the right mindset. And again, if you're ready to take your fitness to the next level, check out that full bodybuilding guide that I've linked first in the top of the description down below, once I gain your trust. And of course, be sure to like the video, subscribe, and turn on that bell notification for more videos just like this one right here. And of course, most importantly, take care.